We know what's going on. No one's being forced into it. We can do whatever our freedom says. When Paul responds, there's something interesting. He says, yeah, you might be totally able to do it. Jesus might even forgive you of it. There's a lot of Christians out there. Some of you guys might be doing it yourselves, that you're sleeping with who you're with. You may not even be with someone, but, Saturday night you were. And then you're coming back here and you're just like, Jesus will forgive me. True. But you take advantage of that. And you keep coming back saying, Jesus will forgive me. Jesus will forgive me. So it's permissible. I'm not going to hell for it. And my question for you tonight, and where we're going to go with this, is you might be a consenting adult. You might be free to do it. But is it beneficial to you? Is it beneficial? Is it helping you? Is it helping you in your life? You think you're free, but in fact, are you so controlled by your sexual desires that you're slaves to them? Guys, what's the longest you ever went without looking up pornography? When I went camping? Yeah, okay, you didn't have internet. Congratulations. But when you've had internet around, guys, how long have you gone without looking at porn? How long have you gone in this dating relationship without having sex? Are you actually free? Are you actually free? I don't think you are free. Paul says that in Romans, he says, true freedom, in fact, is being freed from these desires, from the control of these desires, that they would control you, and actually for once being able to give yourself over to God. You can't have two masters, is what Jesus said. You can't be under the master of your sexual desires and under the mastership of Jesus. The Bible says that's impossible. True freedom there, biblically then, is being free from sinful desires or from sin controlling your desires and actually being able to serve God for once in your life and do what honors God. So I would even ask you, are you that free? On top of that, is your sexual account, as it were, your sexuality, is it an infinite account? You can just keep making withdrawals from your sexuality, sleeping with this person and that person? And there's no circumstances, there's no pain, there's no hurt? You can just keep making those withdrawals? Is it helpful to be having sex like this, or is it actually hurting you? And tonight I'm going to venture that it's not helpful. See, free sex, guys, because we're free beings and we can do whatever we want. There's no circumstances, is what we say. Free sex actually is not good for you. That's the first point tonight. It's just not good for you. And you say, it doesn't affect me. Sex, it doesn't affect me. It was just sex, that's all. It was just sex. And you also say, hey, it's my choice, it's my body. I can do whatever I want. I can go out and sleep with this person. And as long as it's just sex, it doesn't affect us. Well, you know what? There's a lot of pastors nationally who have been saying that while they're cheating on their wives. And within a few years, their church just falls apart. It affects everyone in their congregation. They just run off with women. And their kids and their wives are left to pick up the pieces. So their sexuality actually is not beneficial whatsoever in the way that they're expressing it, because it's affecting and destroying everyone around them. See, free sex isn't good for you because free sex doesn't exist. The main point tonight, and I'm going to hit on it again and again, is that sex, no matter where it happens, there's a cost to it. Sex costs you something. And see, you guys would say, no, sex is just my natural desire. If you go down the road of evolution and Darwinism and naturalism, the argument is, it's just this natural desire to reproduce, and so we're just going to go ahead. Like, I'm hungry, so I eat. I'm thirsty, so I drink. I have to go to the bathroom, so I go to the bathroom. I have to have sex, so I have sex. I feel these desires to do these things, and naturally, I should just do them. It's a natural thing. It is natural, but it's not natural like those things, guys. See, and that's their argument. After he asks them, is it beneficial? I mean, you could do it, but is it beneficial? He says, look, because that was their argument. They're like, again, he's quoting them in verse 13. They said, hey, food's meant for the stomach, right? I'm hungry, I eat. Sex is made for the body then. If food's made for the stomach, then sex is made for the body. And he says food is meant for the stomach and the stomach for food, and God will destroy both one and the other. The body is not meant for sexual immorality, but for the Lord, and the Lord for the body. If it's true that we're just animals feeding our natural desires, then let's do it like the animals. You guys know what happens when a praying mantis has sex? She eats the man. Now that makes for a really interesting, dinner and a movie, doesn't it? It's dinner and a movie, then sex, and then dinner again. What? And it's me? Whoa, that's freaky and nasty. No one would go for that. No one would say, yeah, we're just like the animals. I want to be like the praying mantis. I don't think women are into that either. If you are crazy, and we're going to get radar on you and track you. It's just a biological urge. See, the Bible has a very high view of sex because it has a high view of the people involved in sex. When you say it's just a biological urge, like eating, drinking, or going to the bathroom, what are you saying? She's like a ham sandwich, guys? When you're hungry, you're just like, ham sandwich. Is there any value? How you appreciate this ham sandwich? You just go, oh, that was good, move on. There's no real value in that besides like $3.50 at the deli. When you go to the bathroom, you're just tossing your urine into the toilet. What are you saying about a woman when you're saying it's just a biological urge? That a woman is just a toilet to cast your semen into? I'm sorry, I'm talking frank. I'm not talking nasty. I'm not being crass, but I'm going to be direct because we're not direct enough about it. When you say that this is just a biological urge and I am just acting on it, and you are bringing sex down to that, you are also bringing the person and yourself down to that level. See, the Bible teaches that we are image bearers of God and that we have souls. We are not toilets and ham sandwiches. Back to Maxim. How to break up so you can get booty calls. They took the advice from the corporate world on how to fire people. Is that all breaking up is? Is that all that's involved? I'm sorry, we got to cut your paycheck. Here's your 401k, transfer it over to your retirement plan. Have a nice day. Is that all dating has been reduced to? There's no emotion in it. It's just strictly business. Then they said, wait 6 months. Don't talk with her. Then when you do talk with her, just, meet with her at a bar and have drinks, get her liquored up and start talking about the old sex that you guys used to have, and that'll bring sweet memories, and you'll get to have sex with her again. And then it said, but get out of the house in the morning as soon as you can. I mean, is that all it is? Get them liquored up and run? That's all sex is? They have this question. They asked their sexy Susan or whatever her name is, and they said, is phone sex / cyber sex cheating? Her answer, oh no. Well, it's cheating if it's emotional. So what is it then? What constitutes cheating then? That you touch? So that means, guys, that you can have a girl at work and she can strip for you, and as long as you don't emotionally attach yourself to her, that is totally cool. Is that what it's saying? Sex is strictly physical? That's what this is getting at. Everything sexual is just physical, and there's no emotion attached to it, no soul, no spirit, essentially no human being. Advice on threesomes. How do I get my girlfriend to do a threesome? Right? Some of you think that's a great idea. Great idea. Well, let's see how this woman says, I'm a woman. Here's the best way to get a threesome. She says, try alcohol. Yeah, that's bad, right? How about what she said next? Or soft drugs. So wait, let me get this straight. You want to have a threesome? Use the date rape drug. Right? That's the advice. Date rape your girlfriend if you want to have a threesome. Is this love? Is this soul care? Are we concerned about the soul of the person who we are being united with? Does this say, hey, I want to have a threesome, I'm going to give you roofies and some booze, and you won't wake up till tomorrow, and it won't be funny like some movie? That's what our culture does. It makes it funny. What was that called? The movie that was just out. I can't remember. But that's what that was all about. They went to Vegas. They mixed some roofies with some alcohol, and it was hilarious, right? No consequences. Nothing happened. That is the idea that we have on sex. No consequences on sex and partying, that there's no such thing as consequences, but there are. And that's what we're going to get into tonight. But my question is, does this say, I appreciate God's image in you when we want to do stuff like this? No way. Nowhere in all of these Maxim articles did it even talk about matrimony. Marriage wasn't even in this. In fact, it almost always had implied in it, not married, just dating. When we say it's just a natural desire and I'm just going to do what my nature desires, we're essentially saying, I'm horny and you're better than a blow-up doll. See, guys, this is not what the Bible says, though. The Bible does not lower our value. It raises the value. It says that your body is not meant for this low stuff, but it's meant for God. It's meant for divine and holy and sanctified, amazing, eternal things. Your body belongs to Jesus. Your body belongs to Jesus. It is not just something you get to drag around and do what you want with it. And so that's why he goes on. He says, do you not know that your bodies are members of Christ? That your body is like the very arm of Christ? Think about that for a second. Next time you're making out with your girlfriend, you're taking Jesus' pinky and having it make out with Jesus' elbow. That's what Paul's saying. So next time you're in the mood and a guy comes up to you and is like, hey, you want to do just sex? You got to be like, just so you know, like some of Jesus is coming with. Is that okay? Right? The guys be like, oh, that's a turnoff. Right, that's the point. That's why he wrote that. It should be a turnoff. God is with you. Your body, I need to get back. Your body is Christ. Look what he says. Who made your body? Are you a Christian? No, you're maybe not a Christian. But that doesn't change the fact that God made your body, that your body belongs to him. If you're a Christian, it's not only that. God raised Jesus, and so he's also going to raise your body. So what you do in this body, that same body is going to get raised up into heaven. And so it belonged to Jesus in the first place, and he's going to bring it back to him. It's all Jesus's. And so he says then, if our body's all Jesus's, if Jesus is kind of right here with us, we're kind of part of him, he's part of us. So and then we're out there having sex with whoever. Shall I take Jesus and make him members as in body parts of a prostitute? Shall I just go out and be like, come on, Jesus, we're going to go pick up a hooker. Since I'm part of your body, I'm just going to take your body and just connect it with a hooker. No way, that's stupid. Do you not know that he who is joined to a prostitute becomes one body with her? We're getting into that second point. But the first thing is, when you're doing these one-night stands, my question to you is, and just when you're sleeping around, what's the difference between, because you're going, oh yeah, but I'm not taking Jesus' body out and uniting it with a prostitute. I'm not doing that. I have high morals. I have way higher standards than prostitutes. Really? Okay, you're sleeping around? What's the difference? What's the difference? Well, I'm doing it willingly. She's doing it willingly. I mean, some of them aren't. That's the nasty side to prostitution. But you go to Vegas, there's a lot of them doing it willingly. They're doing it for bad reasons because maybe they need the money to go get some more drugs. But maybe you're doing it because you need the attention. She needs the high from drugs. You need the high from the emotional contact, physical contact. You need the high to feel like you're worth something. Some of you guys are probably even sleeping around at the same rate as a prostitute does anyway. So I don't even know like how that argument fits in. Yeah, but she's doing it for the money. I know, and you're doing it for free.